Hey guys, hope you guys are all well. So I'm in a pretty crazy trade here on gold. If you look at the 15-minute here, I've caught a massive move over here. I'm currently up 8 grand, almost 8 grand. I'm just trying to actually wait for it to hit about 8 grand and then I want to close it. It's the weekend's coming, it's Friday now, so I don't actually want to hold this into the weekend because of the swaps. But this is one of the best trades I've ever taken in terms of like distance, and actual pips. Gold is moving like absolute crazy these days, and it's just been so easy to actually catch some of these trades. The price action's just been so clean. It looks like it's back on that bull run after that major drop. So I just want to take you over this trade as to why I took it. Also on TradingView, I'm going to show you guys that next. I'm just going to close this trade quick. Just bank these profits. I'll catch you over on TradingView, guys. Okay, traders, so the main reasoning for taking this trade, I just want to break it down quickly. One thing you have to know is that if you look at the price action of gold and the Nasdaq recently, you can see they're highly correlated. If you look at yesterday's price action on gold, if you just take a mental image of that, now let's go look at Friday's price action on the Nasdaq. Very similar. Look at Thursday's price action on the Nasdaq. Goes sideways and then drops. Look at gold. Literally goes up, sideways, and then drops. Look at today's price action. Straight up on gold. Straight up on the Nasdaq. So on Friday, just before I took this trade, I saw that the Nasdaq had basically made a push up, a push down, a second push up, second push down, and then broke out right at this point. You can see it actually broke out at 22, which is 10 o'clock. If you look at the clock down below. If we look at gold did a similar thing throughout the day. Pushed up, pulled back, pushed up, and then pulled back. But at 10 o'clock, gold hadn't broken out yet. Now, because these pairs are highly correlated, I really expected gold to break out. So at 10:15, if we look at 10:15 on the Nasdaq, I could see that the Nasdaq was still breaking out. And on gold, I saw this bullish candle here at 10:15. So after I saw this bullish candle, I thought, man, gold's probably going to break out of this high the same way that Nasdaq broke out of that second high. Because remember, this is the second high on gold. Nasdaq had already broken out, so I thought, well, gold's probably also going to break out as well above the second high, because Nasdaq and gold are, as you can see, highly correlated. So I took that trade basically based off that theory and basically rode it to the moon. And I think it's probably going to go higher, but you know what? It was Friday. I didn't want to pay swaps over the weekend, so I just closed it out. It was pretty much a beautiful 1 to 5, 1 to 6 trade. And that was it, guys. So different to how I normally trade, but risk was calculated, and it's just something that I've really noticed on gold and the Nasdaq. When Nasdaq breaks out, like gold is always sort of trailing the Nasdaq, trailing behind the Nasdaq, it seems. Just something that I've noticed quite a bit recently. It's either gold will be in the lead or Nasdaq will be in the lead, all depending on. So that's why I have both of them up, and I'm both looking at them simultaneously, because it can give you clues as to what to do on the one where you see a setup coming. You can look back on the other one and see, okay, has this pair actually made the move that you're expecting on gold, or on the Nasdaq, depending on which one is front running. So I hope this video gave you some good insight into another way you can look at some of your day trades. Catch you in the next one. Bye.